Recent news reports have shown that India and Malaysia have taken the unusual step of deciding to settle their trade in the Indian rupee rather than the traditional currency of the US dollar. This move will change the economic landscape and raise many questions about what it could mean for the two countries. Hello and welcome to Prime Time TV. Before we begin, please subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to receive more amazing content. Now, let's get started with the video. What is de-dollarization? De-dollarization is the approach that has dominated the discourse and challenged the status quo. India and other non-West countries are sprinting towards working on alternative channels to free themselves from the dollar legacy. Is this an end of the undisputed American economic supremacy? Well, it looks like that. On 1st April 2023, the Indian Foreign Ministry followed the directive of the country's central bank, the Reserve Bank of India, pushing for the settlement of international trade in Indian currency. Why is the change being made? The move comes in the wake of India trying to shift away from US dollars, the dominant reserve currency for international trade, as it has been appreciating against the local currency in the aftermath of the Russia-Ukraine war. Trade between India and Malaysia can now be settled in Indian rupees, in addition to the current modes of settlement in other currencies, the Ministry of External Affairs said in a statement. This follows the decision by the Reserve Bank of India in July 2022 to allow the settlement of international trade in the Indian rupee. This initiative by RBI aims to facilitate the growth of global trade and to support the interests of the global trading community in Indian rupees. India opens a Vostro account. Vostro accounts are now used to make payments in domestic currency. To facilitate settlement in the Indian rupee, the Union Bank of India has opened a special Rupee Vostro account through its corresponding bank in Malaysia, India International Bank of Malaysia, based in Kuala Lumpur. In a separate statement, the India International Bank of Malaysia said, OIBM now offers the facility to settle India-Malaysia bilateral trade in Indian rupee. This new mechanism is also aligned with Malaysia's foreign exchange policies, as part of which Malaysian banks are allowed to settle international trade in goods or services in any foreign currency, subject to the rules and regulations of Bank Negara Malaysia. Under this facility, exporters and importers from India and Malaysia can now invoice the trade in Indian rupee and achieve better pricing for goods and services. Malaysia is the 27th largest investor in India, with foreign direct investment of $300 million between April 2000 and June last year. The total FDI into India totaled around $298.8 million. At the same time, the bilateral trade between both countries touched $13.86 billion in April-November 2022, dethroning of the US dollar on cards. So far, 8 countries have opened special Rupee Vostro accounts SRVA, to facilitate overseas trade in the Indian rupee till now. These countries are Russia, Malaysia, Singapore, Myanmar, Israel, Germany, Mauritius, and Sri Lanka. India has been looking to bring countries that need more dollars into the mechanism. Estimated 35 nations have expressed interest in better understanding the rupee trade mechanism. India wants to have mutually beneficial bilateral relations with its partners without being exploitative or taking advantage of the situation. Indian foreign policy and diplomacy precede these non-conventional means of soft skills and economic potential. It also aligns with the neighborhood first policy. India believes a safe and secure neighborhood is the foremost step to empowering the global south. India's policy for facilitating trade in the rupee is certainly gaining momentum. India's other neighbor, Bangladesh, also seeks to settle trade in rupee taka. As per reports, Tajikistan, Cuba, Luxembourg, and Sudan are in discussions with India about using the mechanism. There is speculation that Gulf countries like UAE and Saudi Arabia may also trade in the rupee soon. India has tapped the potential which was viewed with hesitancy hitherto. Indian rupee is on the route to going global and reducing its dependency on the US dollar. With the intense economic competition and changing economic equations, India has found the right trump card to secure its berth in the global economy. De-dollarization, which seemed a far-fetched dream, is not so far, however, a long and exhausting journey. Do you agree? Tell us in the comments. If you liked the video, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more. Thanks a lot for tuning in. See you later.